Oh, relaxing coding. You're fine. Alright. That is done. One stage there. Done a couple here. I did everything except 1K here. Let's open up with the really torturous ones, shall we? Get those out of the way. Hey, Blue. Did you get new Joy-Con? I know I saw that you were playing Splatoon before I started. But I know you said that your Joy-Con were busted. Oh, you weren't? You didn't get them fixed? But I saw you playing Splatoon. Oops. This could be bad. Whoa. Jumped the gun a little bit there. Too slow. Oh, so it's something like wrong with like the stick or the buttons or something? I assumed you meant like the whole thing wasn't working. I like how if you're moving along pretty fast that the music changes to this part like just as you get here. It's well done. Hey Andre, how's it going? Oh. I kind of feel like this jump is actually going to be a little luck-based in terms of, like, getting there at the right time so that I can sneak through, like, just right. You just got home. That works out. I, like, just started, so... haven't missed much. You have a performance tomorrow? What kind of performance? Oh, fuck me. Oh, like a school play or something? Or is it more like a solo thing that you're doing as like a test of some kind? I never had to take any classes like that. I mean, I guess I'm assuming that you didn't have a choice. Maybe you chose to do it. I didn't have choice over what sort of classes I took until high school, though. I mean, I guess there were some school plays. I'm almost going too fast for my own good here. Oh, you chose to do it. That's cool, then. I know that that sort of stuff can be very, like... If you don't want to do it, it's totally lame, but if you do want to do it, then that's super cool, so... And that's probably really exciting, then. Nope, I slowed down. Stop doing that. Oh. I get you. So, like, the stick outright broke off. The good thing is I guess that's the right, it's the right stick, so that's not that big of a deal. That doesn't really come up that often. Like, you can still do a lot of stuff without the right stick, so that's a benefit at least. I almost jumped the gun there. I mean, I guess, like, you wouldn't have, like, camera control for, like, Mario Odyssey or something, but I don't think you have Mario Odyssey anyway, so... I think you have Mario Kart, which you could still play just fine, I think. And yes, Splatoon is basically... yeah, see, even though I do use the motion controls in Splatoon, I still use the right stick to some degree, too, so I could see that being frustrating. Hey Dino, how's it going? part I always mess up, so time to dial. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. So the real question is, how's everybody's Pokemon quest going? I was irresponsible and played it a little bit before I started the stream. Oh, I think I'm gonna butcher your name, so I apologize in advance. Letitia? I think that's I'm hoping that's right, but welcome to the stream. How's it going? Oh shit. Unfortunately, Letitia, I only speak English. You're of course welcome to hang out and watch regardless, but I don't know what you're saying. I feel bad about that sort of stuff, but it's also like I can't possibly prepare for every single language that could possibly come in, so what you gonna do, you know? Okay. Woo! That part's fun, because you just gotta kinda... Oh, is it Polish? Or are you just saying that you do speak Little Polish? I like that last part of that stage, because it's very, like, leap of faithy. Where, like, you just kind of have to go and just trust that the platforms are going to be there when you get there. Cool, one down. Dino, they announced and released a free-to-play Pokemon game on Switch, and I believe it's on iOS already? I don't think it's on Android yet. But that came out last night. If you want to... You can either just go download it yourself and check it out, or I did a small, like, hour-and-a-half stream for, like a first look kind of deal last night, because we were all pretty hyped. So and that's on that's on my channel, so you can go check that out too if you want. So pick up the bomb. Well, I guess you're gonna have to settle for checking out the video on my channel then. I know these guys want me to stream it more, but unfortunately, as a mobile-esque game, it has an energy system, so I can only play it for like 30 minutes before I have to wait for the energy to regen. So it's not very stream-friendly. I might try to see if I can finagle it to do another stream of it. Like, at least one. But I'm making no promises on that, because I don't know when I'm going to be able to get working. I will warn that it's like a spin-off. It's not like a main game. Just so you know what you're getting into. What? Oh, thank you, Dixie. Heard of charging while playing? You mean the Switch? I mean, I play docked, so it's always charging while playing. So I'm not totally sure what you mean. Well, that one was easy. I mean, you can charge while playing in handheld mode, too. You can't if you're in, like, handheld mode with it, like, in kickstand mode. Which kind of sucks, because I used to play in kickstand mode a lot, but... Emberheart's a pretty solid name. Talonstorm, that's hardcore. I like that one. Ashpelt's pretty good too. Is that your Pokemon in Quest so far, Blue? Hey Paul, how's it going? I haven't been naming any of my guys in Quest because, like, I've been waiting to decide on, like, who I want to keep with me. Something I realized last night, I think I kind of realized it on stream, but then I realized it more as the night went on and I continued playing, is that Rattata I have is a freaking tank. Like, he's a monster. I also did take that Weedle I caught. I noticed it was level 12, so I went ahead and used him and, like, leveled him up twice just to evolve him. Because why not, you know? Sadly, this is definitely a stage that I cannot pay attention to chat while doing. And then, yeah, I mentioned on Discord that I got a freaking, I did, like, the cooking pot thing that attracts Pokemon, and it attracted a Snorlax and a Scyther at the same time. I was like, what? The actual hell? And then before I went to sleep, I got an Onix, too. Also got a Pikachu, but, like, kinda who cares about that? It's Pikachu. Well, that sucked a little bit. I did name the Rattata Chewy because that's what we named the Rattata and then Nuzlocke, so I figured I would just use that. I haven't named anyone else, though. We're talking about Pokemon Quest, Andre. Don't you know? Oh, yeah, so last night they announced and released a free-to-play Pokemon game. It's a spin-off, so it's not like a traditional like turn-based RPG, just so you know what you're getting into. It's available on Switch, and I think it's also available on iOS already, but not on Android yet. And I did a stream last night when it came, like after it came out, for about an hour and a half, and hung out and played it. I did it again. Like, what am I supposed to do there? Like, roll into the cloud, maybe? We'll see. But yeah, it was fun. It was, like, I feel like it would be really fun to stream if you could take, like, unfortunately, since it is a mobile game, it has, like, an energy system. So you can only, like, you have 5 energy, and you have to use 1 to play a stage, and then you have to wait for the energy to regen. So that sucks. If it weren't for that, I feel like it would be fun to stream, because, like, that makes it that you can only play it for, like, a half an hour before you have to wait for your energy to regen. Aside from that, I really had fun with it, though. It was a pretty cute game. It's kind of like, it's almost like a simulation game in that you, like, the Pokemon kind of run out and battle on their own, right? And you don't, like, directly control them, but you can control when they use their attacks. But then they have, like, an auto attack thing, too, so it's almost like, more like you watch it at times. But, if you don't mind games like that, then I would recommend it. If you really dislike games that you, like, watch more than you play, then you probably aren't gonna like it, but it's also free, so what do you have to lose, right? I actually thought you were here when we found out about it last night, Paul. I thought Andre was here when we found out about it, too. I guess not. You seemed to kind of be in, like, zombie mode last night, Paul. I think you said, like, one thing all night, and it was, like, a ghost emoji. And I was like, you're, like, half asleep, aren't you? Oh, that's right. You left really early last night, Andre. That's right. I remember that. Alright, I'm dialed in for the moment, so forgive me. I will catch up with chat in a minute after I hopefully beat this. Whoa, that was some weird momentum. Nice. Oh, you have an eye injury? That sucks. Alright, cool. That was relatively painless. I was worried that that was really gonna suck, but World 7 is now done on hard mode, so... fantastic. Alright, so let's go all the way back. So 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all complete. World 1, this is the only stage we have left in World 1, if I remember correctly. Yup. No, not quick game. How did I wind up? I thought I was here. There we go. I think it's pretty realistic that I might be able to finish this tonight. This stage might suck though, so... This sounds in a casino. I could see that. Oh. That was like a good first run too, so now I'm just gonna constantly mess up. I can see it happening now. Yeah, the sounds of, like, items being picked up, I see what you mean. I don't know how to describe it, but I get you. That one makes me nervous, probably more than anything else. I was too slow! I really have to, like, land that platform and just keep moving. We're insane? I mean, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but let me remind the insane laughter coming out of Blue last night and Raph. I believe you two are both being definitively insane. Oh, I almost overshot there. That could have been ugly. I prefer the word eccentric to... Excuse me, what? Why did my phone just blow up? I'm getting pretty hyped for Mario Tennis this weekend. For that free demo weekend. I did look up the times, and it doesn't start until like 9 o'clock Friday night, so that kind of sucks, but I may or may not do a stream Friday night then. Undecided. We'll see what happens. Currently nothing scheduled, but... Yay! Bubblegum. Bubblegum. Right. Hey Raph, how's it going? You evolved into a war turtle if you didn't see that on Discord already. Okay, World 1 is done. We're on a roll. We are on a roll. Alright. Yeah, I feel bad. I can never catch Jesse's streams. Because we stream, like, in the same window. But lately, he's been going way later than I have, so... Might be able to go after. Whoops. No, go back. Dumb ape. Here, actually, we'll go, yeah, let's do these first. Hard to mode. And Raph, I don't know if you saw that I mentioned that Pokemon Quest is out on iOS too, I believe, or it's like out soon. It might not be out right away. But wow, that was just stupid. So that might alleviate your no Switch problem. I've only been live for about 30 minutes. Not very long. You haven't missed much. I'd say we're still getting into the bulk of the stream here. Yeah, I kinda figured you wouldn't, but I thought I'd bring it up anyway. I think it's gonna be on Android eventually, too. I just don't know when. Oh, right. I haven't had to actually do Kong letters in a while. This is gonna complicate things. Talonstorm's a badass name. I'm just gonna point that out again. His chat might not go that far back. I've noticed sometimes YouTube only loads in, like, the last, like, 10 minutes of chat or something. I think you said it was Pidgey, though. Overcompensated. Oh, I thought you said you named them after characters or something. Gee, I wonder how she got the talent part. Hard mode, baby. So I think I have a few game potentials to run past you guys for like what I play next. Because as you guys know, Galaxy is done. Like I finished Galaxy last Galaxy stream on like Monday or something. This is probably going to be done tonight. Of course, I'm still working on Mega Man, so that's not going anywhere. In fact, Mega Man's probably going to be around for a while, if I had to guess. Because I might even do some nights where I just, like... I don't know, maybe I'll take challenges or something? Like Buster-only runs or something? I don't know, we'll see about that. Because I know a lot of you guys aren't really, like, into Mega Man, so you might not be able to come up with such ideas, but... But I think one of these game slots is going to be taken with Donkey Kong Country Returns. I think I'm going to jump from this straight into that. So it's the other one that's up for question. I keep trying to multitask and watch chat. This is like not the correct stage to do that on. Okay, so quick. I think my options for the third game slot, like what I'm considering, is Celeste, which is an indie game. It's kind of like... I don't even know how to explain it. It's a platformer, you're scaling a mountain. I've watched Jesse play it a bit. I picked it up basically on impulse because I watched So I watched Jesse and another streamer play it. I don't even remember who the other streamer was. And I was like, this game looks really cool. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks challenging. It has a really great soundtrack. So that's one of my options. Another option is Shantae Half Genie Hero. And then my other options are Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, or Zelda Twilight Princess, or Zelda Skyward Sword. That's the stuff I'm currently considering. Keeping in mind that I know a lot of people are kind of just like, play whatever. So, I think it's mostly going to come down to what I feel like doing. Okay, stop looking at chat, Kevin. What's wrong with you? Finish the stage, then look at chat. Or at least die, and then look at chat. You know, I'm gonna go right out and say it. Fuck Wind Waker. I don't like that game. So I'm not gonna play that one. Like, ever. I don't think. I already have a playthrough of Wind Waker on my channel, and even that I hated playing, so that's just not gonna happen. Damn it, I did it again. I even have Wind Waker HD, which is, like, better, I guess, but I still hated it, so... I'm bad. It's kind of my fault. I'm losing focus now because now I'm thinking about those 5 games and what I feel like playing next, so... Is that a spider or a fly? Whatever. It's tiny. I'm gonna kill it quick. I kind of want to play Mario 3D World at some point too, but I don't think that's what I'm feeling at this moment. How did I miss that, O? Are you shitting me? I kind of want to play Superstar Saga, like, a lot, because I wasn't really talking to Dan. Like, I guess I was. But people always are recommending that Dan play through the Mario and Luigi games. And he's not big on RPGs, but I kind of feel like he would enjoy those if he'd give them a shot, because they're, like, very different RPGs. So I kind of want to play Superstar Saga and be like, hey Dan, come check this out and see if you think it might be something you like. Also, I adore those games, so, you know. Fuck, I missed the N! I am legit surprised that you included yourself on that list, Raph, because you're kind of, like, the type of person where you would have not included yourself. That one was exceptionally bad. What am I doing? What am I doing? Don't retract it. I wasn't saying it as if you don't deserve to be on the list. I was just saying I'm surprised that you did include yourself. Definitely think you are a worthy participant of that list. There are some others I consider like a part of the community, but they don't like... They're not able to make streams very often. So I can understand why you'd not think of them. Blue, you know Dinovin and TNB are the same person, right? Yes. You don't remember me calling him out on that like multiple times because I was annoyed that he kept switching accounts? Well, I'm annoyed when anyone does it, to be fair. But he was the one that was doing it like every stream, and I was like, stop, please. Whoops. Hey Jamie, how's it going? No, not Diddy. Holy shit, no. I don't know, Raph. I did something pretty dumb last night. Huh, he just always uses his pop guns. Interesting. Alright, screw it. Let's do one as Diddy. Why not? We did one as Cranky. I think we didn't finish it, but... If you don't regret it, I don't know if it's dumb. If it's dumb. Personally, that's what, like, defines dumb to me, is when I regret doing it. Probably the dumbest thing I've ever done is when my mom and her second husband were, like, talking about separation. I made the mistake of actually taking his side instead of her side in an argument. And, like, I don't think she... Well, okay, let me rephrase that. Not only did I take his side, but then I found out later that he was lying. So, that's what I regret. If he was legitimately in the right, I wouldn't have regretted it. But since he was fucking lying and he tricked me, that's why I regret it. Fortunately, I don't think my mom holds it against me. Whew, that was close. Alright. Chat catch-up time. Whoa, my goodness, okay. Almost missed. Easy peasy. I think I can just ride this one to the top now. Like, I can grab some of these, but I don't need to, so... Congrats, Diddy, you actually did something. That one was easy. I'm, like, actually a little surprised at how easy that one was. Now for one of the best stages in the game. I say without hesitation. Yeah, right. No, I think it was just kind of an easy stage in general. Like, a lot of the stuff that could have killed me in that stage, like, would have killed me even if I had a lot of health. So therefore, doing it on hard mode doesn't make it any harder. I think I talked about this a bit last stream, maybe. I've talked about it while watching Dan doing hard mode, too. But yeah, like, the stages that are already hard, you're already trained to not get hit. So, what's the difference? Hard mode doesn't actually make them any harder. Hard mode makes, like, the early stages harder because you're used to having that margin of error, and you have that taken away. Like these, you can already only get hit twice, so you're already trying to avoid getting hit at all times. The real difference is that you don't have checkpoints anymore. That's what actually makes a difference. I'm gonna give you a little... I hit jump. What the hell was that? I'm gonna give you a little teaser, although it's kind of like it doesn't work to its full extent because Eno isn't here. I made a secret command just for Eno, and he hasn't discovered it yet. Nobody's discovered it yet. But I beg of you, don't just start spamming commands trying to find it. like, don't do it. And keep in mind that commands have to be, like, a full line. You can't have spaces in there. Because it only... If you put spaces, it only looks at the first word for the command. I asked you not to just aimlessly spam commands looking for it. Mostly because, being totally honest, you're never gonna guess it. I can say, like, with 99% certainty that you're never gonna guess it. If anything, I'm kind of pointing it out because now you guys can tease him with it. I hit duck, I just wasn't fast enough. Raph is not wrong. It is not only an inside joke, but it's a command that he jokingly used in another stream. And it just wasn't a command yet. I turned it into a command afterwards. And this was, like, really early on, too, so... Honestly, I wouldn't even recommend that you go back looking for it, because it's gotta be, like, really early on. It might even be a stream that I didn't publish, come to think of it. Because it was probably an early, like, test stream. Or Splatoon. And therefore I didn't save it. Crap, missed the end. Being dumb, being dumb. I'm fairly certain it's gonna come up eventually. I'm just gonna have to play the right game, and he'll have to be there for it. and it'll happen, I think. That's the only hidden command, though. I will point that out. What phone? I wouldn't tell even if you asked really nicely. That takes the fun out of it. The fun of hidden commands for me is definitely making them and then waiting for somebody to accidentally discover them. For example, if I made a buy command for pillow spelled with 2 I's, I wouldn't tell you I did it. I would just wait until you accidentally typoed it again, and then let you discover it. Because it would be way funnier that way. Master Hand doesn't get the joke. Boom. Oh boy. This won't even take until midnight, honestly. Maybe I'm being a little arrogant, but we're moving along at a pretty steady pace. Do 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 do. Boink. 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 Bananas. No. Wow. Threaded the needle on that. That one was also easy. Wing ding. Let's make stage names, let me tell you. So I just have to do this in the boss. Yeah, honestly, like, I'm kind of flying at the moment. Like, at this rate, I might even be like, hey, let's play a half an hour of Pokemon Quest at the end of this, because I'm gonna finish, like, super early, I think. I'm not for some reason I didn't think he was gonna come through the wall at me. For some reason I thought I was safe there. I don't really care for... I've seen a few of the death battles, and I haven't really cared for them. That and I have, like, so much crap on YouTube that I already have to catch up on, that I'm so far behind on. And stuff on Netflix, like... It's not enough time in the days anymore. I basically only have, like, one night a week where I actually, like, watch something other than people streaming at this point. So yeah, I'm, like, just constantly behind, because it's usually Sunday night, and, like, then the first thing I do is catch up on whatever happened that week. And anything before that, I typically just don't have time for. It's hard to even make time for, like, all the different games to play. It's kind of funny how streaming video games, you still don't have enough time to play all these video games. Not sure how that works. Bonk. I don't actually need coins. I'm pretty sure I'm maxed out on those now, but whatevs. I'm a little behind on chat at the moment because I'm kind of like dialed in. I'll catch up in a minute. What message about the Switch? On Discord? Yeah. And it's been so long that I honestly can't remember which death battles they were. Alright, it's just the boss? Just the boss. I feel like this one should be easy. Like, famous last words. Hey Morales, how's it going? I can't really complain. Making pretty good progress through this game tonight. Shit, until I did that. Honestly, Andre doesn't really strike me as somebody who's super consistent. I don't know if it's anything to do with that. I think it's... Well, that was dumb. That's why I was kind of on edge about making a Discord, because he was the one that was always like, hey, make a Discord, and I was like, but you're like never here. You stop in like very briefly and then you leave. Which again, to a degree, I don't really blame people for that, because I know that you're mostly on the younger side, and you might have like, oh, parents are like, hey, come eat dinner, hey, do your homework, hey, take the trash out, all that shit. So, like, I get it. I don't really blame anyone for it, but... Alright, I'm playing really sloppy here. I need to stop. Oh boy, I do not know how to say your name. Dianura? Dianura? I'm probably really messing that up, but welcome to the channel. It's nice to see you. How's it going? If you hang around a lot, I might just call you Simmons instead. let's not mess this up this time. How's that sound? Pick it up. There we go. Oh, okay. That was a little sloppy, but it worked. What am I supposed to do against that attack? I guess duck under it. Looks like I've entered the yawny phase of the stream. Yeah, I know, Raph. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. triggers you for some reason. That was the first thing I thought of, too. Ah! Nailed it. One. Oh, fuck. And I missed that subscription because my thing sucks. Oh, that was, still, like, yeah, let me know on how to pronounce your name. Dianura? Dianura? So those are the only two I can come up with. But thanks for the subscription. For some reason, I suddenly have a really bad feeling that this one's gonna take a while. This is where I messed up before. Oh, get over yourself. Also, I think you might have been subscriber 330, so hey, thanks for that. I might be wrong, though. That fluctuates so much sometimes that it's hard to keep track of. Bah. I jumped in there a little too early. I need to stop sucking. I was doing so well for a while there. It's like one-shotting a lot of the stages I had to do. Now I'm like just... After this, I think I'm gonna go straight to the World 3 boss, because that boss was a pain in the ass. I have a feeling that one's gonna suck. So I might as well get it done sooner rather than later. Pop. I didn't tell you could... Come on! Pick the damn thing up! I feel like grabbing is just really inconsistent sometimes. I'm actually proud to report that I actually slept pretty good last night. That was a nice change of pace. Because lately I've been sleeping terribly. Not sure why I'm still yawny. I shouldn't be, but, you know. Boink, boink, boink. Yeah, I wish I could shake the yawnies. Looks unprofessional. Get out of here. But I know I've seen other streamers go through like the yawny sessions too, so I guess like I don't feel that bad about it. I guess I feel bad about it because I only stream for 4 hours, and most of the other streamers I see doing it stream a lot longer. Shit. Well, that sucked. Hey, Ball and Chain, welcome back. At least, maybe I recognize your name from another channel, actually. So, welcome to the stream if it's your first time. Welcome back if it is not your first time. Wee. It's sad. I remember this boss being a lot of fun, but he's kind of tough on hard mode. I have never been to Spanish Dude's channel. I see him around in Chadley's streams a lot. I've never been to his channel. Never been to his channel though. But yeah, I've been. I pop in Chadley's streams pretty often. I wouldn't say I know him, but because I can I never have the time to actually hang out in his stream for an extended period of time. Only when I have off nights am I able to do that. Which, hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to catch an extended stream. Stop it, Yawnies. It's making it kind of hard to focus on this too, if I'm being honest. Can I... This is probably really stupid. It worked out. Saved a little bit of time. Would have been nice to grab that other guy, but that's okay. I'm not going for speed here. Oh, god damn it. Guys, stop bickering. You had me thinking that there was actual activity in chat, and that's what made me look away and get killed. I have enough to deal with the freaking Yawnies right now. Oh, shit. Whew. Good one, Raph. Bonk. Bonk. What was that? Whatever. Oh, okay, that was interesting. Raph, you're not helping. Hey, Jolteon, how's it going? Glad you could make it just in time for me to die. And I'm still how am I still getting lives faster than I'm losing them? Like, even on a boss. That doesn't make much sense. Actually, what's really not helping at the moment is that my stomach's rumbling so loud that you can probably hear it on the freaking microphone. So that's a thing I'm dealing with. Brother. I mean, I guess this is at least making the stream last longer. Because otherwise, I was at risk of finishing in like another hour, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Nice, and I got this one. Double hit! Ah, damn. Ah, well. Oh, for the love of God. Okay, sorry. We got the other one. We're fine. We got him. Okay, not bad. Ah, it doesn't matter. Get out of here. Go. Ugh, sunburn. Fortunately, I, like, don't go out anymore. So, when I lived in Virginia and my internet sucked, I, like, actually went out and, like, did things, and I sunburned constantly, because I burn, like, I don't know, something that burns really easily. I'm at a loss at the moment. But I definitely sympathize there. Oh yeah, I definitely burn, personally. I burn like crazy. I do need to start walking again to, like... Because I spend, like... Even when I'm not streaming, I'm doing the art thing, and I'm therefore still in front of a computer, so... Like... I'm not nearly as active as I should be. That's something I need to work on. Unfortunately, the weather this year, like, accelerated from way too cold to way too hot in, like, a week, so... We do, in fact, have 10 likes. I kind of want to make certain that Raph is here before I hit the pixel reward button, though, so... No, I live in Pennsylvania. Which, at least our summers aren't completely ridiculous, so that's a benefit. Okay. World 2 is done. We only have World 3 left. And I think I've only done, like, one stage here. Yup. I'm gonna go straight to the boss, because this boss sucks. And I want to get it over with before I do anything else. Because I don't want that to be the last thing I do, or that's just going to piss me off. Yeah, it's only in, like, the mid-80s here, which isn't that bad, but for Pennsylvania, that's pretty hot. It'll probably be pretty nice compared to what I just dealt with in Virginia, because I lived in Virginia for 2 years, and both of those summers were 100% disgusting. One of them was, like, ludicrously hot, and then the other one was ludicrously humid. And they were both just completely awful, so... I think summer here is gonna be a little bit better, a little bit more tolerable. Yeah, see, I can't stand the heat. I'm definitely a... I'd take cold any day. So I found out you can do that. I'm guessing you can't once they're revved up, though. So that's a little extra damage, a little bit faster. Which I do like how these bosses are kind of like that. Like, I criticized them for, like, oh, you have to wait around a lot for them to give you a window to attack. But they actually do give you a lot of windows. You just have to kind of discover them. Are you kidding me? I feel like that should have hit. And, yeah, before I forget, in regards to the likes, thank you everyone as always for the support. Oh my goodness. Especially when I'm, like, not doing as great at the moment. Ooh, okay, that worked out. I thought he was gonna hit me. I was a little scared there for a second. Your next hour goal is 150. Let me see. Well, the next rank is at 120. Yeah, your next rank up is at 120, and the next after that is 144. How long have I been streaming? Do you mean tonight, or like how long have I been doing the channel? That was stupid. Why did I do that? Stupid, stupid, stupid. And Raph says no one here is dumb. Because that was pretty dumb. It was pretty dumb and pretty greedy. So I started the channel 4 years ago, actually. But when I first started the channel, YouTube gaming wasn't even a thing yet. And like streaming wasn't a part of my original channel blueprint. That wasn't something I was really planning on doing. I was focused on videos on the channel. And then when YouTube Gaming came out, I tried streaming briefly, but like when YouTube Gaming first came out, nobody gave a shit, so like there was nobody watching. It was like, we were lucky to have like 1 viewer a night. And then when I moved to Virginia, my internet was so bad that I had to completely abandon the channel because I didn't have the internet to do anything. I couldn't stream. It took like a full day to upload a 30-minute video. So I had to completely... I didn't know you could roll into them here either. That's also very useful. So yeah, I had to completely drop it, much to my dismay. And then at the beginning of this year, I moved back to Pennsylvania, where I lived prior, and I actually got good internet again. And then I actually didn't, like... It's not like as soon as I moved back, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna get back to YouTube. I don't even remember what made me... what inspired me to be like, I'm gonna do YouTube again. I think it was after that Nintendo Direct happened in, like, March. I think when that happened, I was like, I should do YouTube again. And for some reason, like, it started that I was just kind of setting things up. Like, I was doing a bunch of test streams and, like, getting the layout set up and everything. And then, like, as I was doing test streams and playing Splatoon 2, like, people actually started showing up. So then I started, like, intentionally scheduling, like, real Splatoon streams and just kind of kept going with it. But then eventually I burned out on Splatoon, so I haven't been doing that anymore. But fortunately, I grew enough that people still show up, so... Okay, so you actually can counter them out of that. That's incredibly useful. That makes this fight a whole lot less tedious. There's a lot more openings for attacks than I previously thought. That was stupid. But yeah, a lot of the streamers I've been hanging out with, they seem to have... they seemed to have started streaming within, like, the beginning of this year or the end of last year. Most of them seem pretty recent. I'm not sure what caused that sudden influx of streamers, or if it's just pure coincidence. I know that there was something that happened that caused a lot of YouTubers to bail for Twitch. That was stupid. I watched, like, a little bit of so when I lived in Virginia, I lived there for 2 years. The first year, I had, like, criminally bad satellite internet. And it had limited bandwidth and everything, so I couldn't even watch stuff on YouTube. Like, it burned through bandwidth way too quickly, so I didn't watch anything there. But then for the second year, I had, like, bad internet, but it was at least not limited, so I started watching some stuff again, but I still didn't watch a whole lot. And I think a lot of the streamers I did watch were, like, actually on Twitch. I only started watching YouTube streamers when I started streaming here. And then I started looking around to see who else was streaming, and that's when I discovered... Jesse was one of the first... Jesse Mercury was one of the first I discovered. Along with Yort. And then eventually, I think a Jesse raid led me to Dan. And I've been pretty pleased with, like, the community. Like, everyone that, like, the streamers I've been going to, like Dan and Chadley and Jesse and Yort, they're all they're friendly and welcoming, they're supportive, everyone's supportive of one another, like, it's great. Some people ask me why I don't go to Twitch instead, and I'm like, because this community's great, and I don't want to leave. Like, I'm already happy here. I'm not even a hugely popular streamer or anything, but I'm already, like, happy with where I am, so why would I change? This is kind of bad. Ah! Yeah, I've talked to, and yes, Dixie's best Kong. By far. I've talked to some people who tell me that, like, I only prefer the YouTube community because, like, that's, like, I've seen the bad of Twitch, but I haven't, I'm ignoring the good, and the bad exists on YouTube, too, and it's like, yeah, okay, you're not wrong, because I don't really spend a whole lot of time on Twitch. But the streamers that I have watched on Twitch in the past, they don't seem very welcoming. They don't seem to actually care that you're there and supporting them. And streamers on YouTube do. Like, they seem to care more about their community and nurturing their brand. I think Twitch streamers are mostly just in it for the money. Like, it's like that's all they care about. Like, even if you're another streamer, they don't care that you're there unless you have thousands of subscribers that you're letting them leech. And surely they're not all like that. I have been to a few Twitch streams where they are a lot more friendly, and you do feel more valued. But I think for the most part it feels very non-personal. And yeah, that's the other thing. Twitch channels are usually so busy that they're not even going to be able to keep up with chat anyway. And, like, I give them credit for that because, like, what can you do? That's not their fault. If you have thousands of people watching, yeah, you're not going to be able to keep up with it. A lot of people do give them, do discredit them for that. Like, oh, Twitch viewers, they're so popular, but they don't pay attention to chat. When they have thousands or 10,000s of viewers, how can they? I definitely think... I just feel very uncomfortable on Twitch. I don't even like watching stuff on Twitch. That's how uncomfortable it is for me. YouTube, like, yeah, there's problems on YouTube too, but for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't had much happen where I'm like, oh man, like, this is why I don't want to do this. For the most part, it's been a good experience. These are probably safer to jump on because of the bombs. I don't want to accidentally run into any of the bombs. That's gonna be bad times. I will say that maybe some games are not as good. Like, some games attract bad people a little bit more than others. So that might be something to keep in mind. Clearly, if you play Fortnite, you know what type of people you're gonna be attracting. Ooh. Another game I'm kind of hesitant on. I was thinking about it for a while because I know it's a crowd pleaser, and I don't mind the game. Is Breath of the Wild, and that's because a lot of backseat gamers show up to watch watch Breath of the Wild. A lot of people that are like, hey, go do this. Hey, go do that. And it's like, that would kind of piss me off after a while. So I don't know if I'm super into that. And yeah, I can see what you mean. I don't really watch a whole lot of streamers that are female. But I definitely could see why they might deal with some weirder people. Especially because on YouTube especially, where a lot of... I feel like the average viewer on YouTube is on the younger side, and therefore you're going to get a lot of, for lack of a better way of putting it, a lot of boys that don't understand how to act around girls/women. And they're going to say awkward, stupid things, or they're going to act out because they want attention. So I can definitely understand what you mean there. I've seen it in other channels. That's where I'm going with this. I've seen kids act out because, oh, there are girls here? So I could understand having a concern there. That was dumb. I don't know why I didn't realize that one was moving differently. Well, I've played Breath of the Wild, so I wouldn't have to worry about spoilers. That's one good thing, is that I wouldn't have to worry about that. I know that a lot of people that have streamed Breath of the Wild were playing it for their first time, and they did have to worry about spoilers, so yeah, it doubly sucks. But I'm more so worried about the people that are like, first stream Breath of the Wild, I'm still on the Great Plateau, and they're like, go fight Ganon. Can you go do Thunderblight? Like, no, stop. I'm the one playing, not you. If you really want to see somebody fight Ganon, freaking YouTube Ganon fight and watch it. It's not hard. Oopsies. Wow, that save! I feel like that was highlight worthy. I can't believe I saved that. Whew. Okay. When I first made the channel, my plan was to do it with other people. It was kind of hard to get people to commit though. I still kind of want to do that, like, more, because, like, there's a lot of games that are, like, I've already played, so I can't provide a first-time experience, and I think some games are fun to watch people play for the first time. So I think it would be fun to do, like, Breath of the Wild with somebody who hasn't played it yet, and just have me as, like, backseat commentating. I think that would be fun, but, like, it's tricky to set up. It's a dream, for sure, to do stuff like that, but... Again, it's kind of hard to get people to commit. A lot of people look at it as, like... A lot of... I mean, okay, if you're recruiting other streamers, it might go a little bit better, except for the fact that they also already have their own schedules, of course. My problem was I was trying to do it with local friends, or friends I had online that... Like, they weren't streamers, they were just friends I had online. And the trouble there was, like, I felt like a lot of people didn't take me seriously. They thought I was just streaming just for shits and giggles. They didn't think I was really serious about it, and they still don't. But I've heard from other streamers that they have that problem too, where, like, none of their actual friends watch their streams or watch their videos. They're not into it. Which was therapeutic to hear that I wasn't alone there. But then also, like, people are busy. People have their own things going on, so it's hard to schedule stuff there too. I want to do since very early on in the channel's lifespan, I wanted to do a first-time playthrough of Kirby's Dream Land 3 with a friend of mine that adores Kirby games, and Dream Land 3 is his favorite one. But he's so busy that, like, he wants to do it, but he's too busy for us to actually schedule it. And that sucks. Doing it online is rough too because of, like, technical limitations. I have done some of that in the past. For some things it works out, but for other things it kind of doesn't. Like, as an example that I've done in the past, and to say, and what I was just saying, like, if I were to say, okay, you've never played Breath of the Wild, so, which I think you have, but I'm speaking in theories. If I were to say I'd love to have you on the show and have you play Breath of the Wild, the problem there is that, like, since you are, like, the remote streamer, let's use that terminology. Since you're the remote side, we would have to find a way to smoothly screen share what's happening in the game to me so that I can accurately commentate on what's happening. Otherwise, we would have to... if it were flipped around and I had never played Breath of the Wild and you were commentating on what I was doing, we'd still have to screen share, but it would be, like, a little less awkward since it's already my channel, so streaming it wouldn't be a big deal. But it's like, there's a lot of, like, really awkward technical limitations that we don't necessarily have an answer for just yet. Because I know Discord has screen sharing, but the frame rate's really bad, so it's not ideal. I did a playthrough on my channel back in the day with somebody where I was screen sharing to them over Skype, and I believe that was the same thing, where the frame rate just wasn't great. Yeah, it's something I would like to do. I'd like to do, like, collabs with other channels, but I just haven't figured... nothing's come to me yet where I'm like, this is what we should do. Most of it is too far of a leap, and there's no way to make it work without traveling to the other end of the country to meet them. Because I said something to Dan about how it would be fun to play Smash with him, I think, just from, like, a casual standpoint of seeing, since it's a game that just is a homage to everything, I think it would be interesting to see him just experience it and see what is in the game, and I think that would be fun, but I don't think streaming it for him would be fun, since everybody would just look at it, everybody would just want to fight. They would just be looking for one-on-ones. So, but even then, I feel like to do it well, I would like, we're on opposite ends of the country. Like, one of us would have to go to the other side to actually sit down and do it, and then you kind of have to, like, schedule it to, like, okay, let's knock it out over these couple of days, because clearly you can't just stay indefinitely until you're done. It's tricky. On one hand, I'm glad that I picked up streaming now, because it's just me, and I don't have to worry about organizing it with other people. I can just go, which is kind of nice, even though I still at times would rather have, like, a co-pilot or a wingman or a player 2, whatever you want to call them. Anyway, I'm gonna take a super quick break before I continue on with this world. Just a quick bathroom break. Shouldn't be more than, like, 2 minutes. Oh, I wasn't gone that long. Pro controller. Chill out. What'd I miss? Well, stop bickering like a married couple and maybe you won't get shipped so much. You're bringing that on yourselves. The last thing I'll say on streaming is, like, if it's something that you think you'd have fun doing, I'd recommend just doing it. I know that I have a habit of being like, oh, I want to have all my ducks in a row before I do it, but I feel like streaming worked out for me, and it, like, started to feel right because I just did it, and I didn't wait for everything to be ready. I just started randomly doing tests to see how it went, and it just kind of went from there. I feel like if I would have been waiting for all of my ducks to be in a row, I'd still be waiting. I still wouldn't have... I wouldn't be streaming right now. And if it's a... Did I mess up? I think I messed that up. Let's see if I can pull this off. Dixie for the win. And if it's a hardware situation, then of course, like, work with what you got. Like, I started on emulators. I didn't really want to do it, but I had to start with something. And I wasn't willing to, I wasn't willing to just buy a capture device when I wasn't sure if I was even going to enjoy streaming. But yeah, I would definitely say just give it a shot and see what you think. Don't get discouraged if, like, nobody shows up for the first couple streams. I think anyone will tell you that. Even Dan has been talking about, like, he's done that video for, like, his 100 stream celebration, and he's been saying about, like, his first, like, dozen streams, nobody showed up. So it's like, everyone starts there. Like, it's, like, just don't get discouraged by that. Sometimes, although, that's easier said than done. I still sometimes get discouraged. If I'm streaming something, and, like, no offense to Blue and Raph, but, like, if Blue or Raph are the only person watching, I'm like, what is the point of this? Like, why am I doing this? That hasn't happened in a while, though, knock wood. I think that's because summer's approaching, so it's getting a little bit easier for people to actually be here. And like I said, it's nothing against them. It's nothing even against them if they can't make it. But, like, it's very easy to look up in the corner of my screen, and if I see one person watching, I'm like, oh, why? What am I putting myself through this for? But, like I said, I haven't seen that in a while. Knock wood. That was dumb. For some reason, I have a feeling this one's gonna suck. But yeah, basically, this is actually kind of nice because, like, I see other streamers where people will always be coming in and asking questions about streaming, and I'm always like, why don't people ever come and ask me about this stuff? So it's kind of nice to actually get to talk about it. I definitely say that my advice is to just do it, because yeah, like, if you keep saying, like, oh, I need this to happen first, or I need this to happen first, you might never get anywhere. And I had a friend that used to be like that, where it was always, oh, when this happens, then I'll get serious about doing this or that. And eventually I was like, no you won't, because it's been years, and you're still saying that one of these days you'll do it. So, and I have trouble with that too, where I kind of drag my feet on stuff, and like, oh no, I have to do this or that first. Raph, what are you talking about? I don't think we're even... we're not even on it anymore. Yeah, it's kind of funny how that works. My freaking... My chat bot has followers, which is kind of goofy. Because that's just there's nothing to that channel. I made that literally just to be a bot, and people have subscribed to it for laughs, I guess. I wonder if I could put that on screen too, just for funsies. But yeah, like, being active in chats and in the community, you'll still get followers. But yeah, like, I hope that doesn't come off as aggressive, I guess, but I've definitely seen people have trouble before, and, like, I've had trouble before, where I'm constantly waiting for something else to happen before I can do something. So I'm very much like, stop waiting, just give it a try. And I know... I think the big thing for me is like I said, if you have to start on emulators, so be it. Like, because it's like, even if you are, like, not a kid and you have a disposable income, see, a lot of kids ask about streaming, and I'm just like, don't even think about it, because you kind of need a disposable income before you can even consider it. Like, if you're, like, 12 and you only have an allowance, then you're not going to be able to stream unless you have like an older brother or sister that is willing to do it with you. But even as someone older who does have a disposable income, it can be hard to justify dropping the money on that stuff. I kind of want... I don't want to, like, make any promises, because I know Raph is gonna, like, latch on and never let me forget it, but someday I do want to... I want to find a game that would be appropriate for playing, like, a multiplayer game to play on stream where I can have... I can be playing with viewers and have them on voice chat and not have it be total chaos. I don't have any plans for that at the moment because I don't know where to start, but it would be nice. I just know I need to be careful about it because I think it would be fun. Monster Hunter might be the one for it, maybe. Maybe. But even then, I know it's dangerous because I know that... Apparently I jumped short. I know that, like, new viewers will join and they'll be like, oh, I want to play. And I want to be on voice chat. And I'm going to have to be like, no. You're going to have to pass, like, a rites of passage kind of thing for me to be able to be like, yes, I trust you enough to be on voice. Because I've been to other streams that I actually don't watch anymore because they just let, like, any viewer they want into their voice chats on Discord and they hang out with them. And then they just have, like, all these screeching kids. And, like, at that point the streamer's not even talking because you can't hear him over anything. So I definitely don't want to ever let that happen. Yeah, see, I think if I did it, it would definitely be for something like... I think Monster Hunter would be good because I would already be cherry-picking who I would want. I wouldn't just play Monster Hunter with random viewers, I don't think, because I feel like it would get too messy and it would be too easy for people to be trolly. I'll probably create a rule where people have to be at a certain rank in chat for me to be able to say, like, yes, I'm okay with playing this game with you, because you actually do hang out for quite a bit. I kind of learned that from Splatoon, because Splatoon, I had a lot of people join, they'd grab my friend code, send an invite, and then I never saw them again. So I'm probably going, even though I'm still a very small channel, I'm probably going to start limiting who I allow to play, like, on stream, just because I have to create some sort of rule there so that it's a it's something more than because I say so. 'Cause I don't think people really like because I say so. I saw it in passing, Raph. I think. Yes, yeah, I did. Though, I mean, like I said before, I feel bad that I don't really have any, like, advice for you of, like, what to work on. Like, I think you're in a good starting point with that stuff. Oh, I meant advice for Raph in terms of drawing. Because he's been posting some of his stuff on my Discord, and he was all like, Kevin Senpai noticed me. Look at my artwork, give me advice. And I was like, I think you're in good shape, actually. I don't see any one thing where I'm like, well, this needs to be worked on. Like, there's clearly a lot of work to be done, but it's not like... There's nothing where I was like, oh man, you really gotta work on your anatomy or anything like that. Like, for the most part, I think you have a solid foundation. I know you never said senpai. I was joking. You didn't even really, like, beg me to look. I was just exaggerating and teasing. If anything, I think what I would recommend for you is, and this is dependent on me, of course, if I do art, like, I'd like to do an art stream at some point, or maybe, like, some time lapses on my channel, and then I would recommend that you watch those, because watching other artists work on something, like, from the beginning, might be very informative for you. Like, you might watch you might see another artist's process, and you might be like, oh, I like how they do this. That's something I should try to do. Blue is so serious. Love it. Yeah, I was kind of hesitant when I created my Discord because I was afraid a lot of people were going to join. It was going to be just like Splatoon friend codes, that people were going to join and then they weren't going to come to streams. They were only going to hang out in the Discord. So I only have it set. I only have it linked to a command that only mods can use. But I feel like this is a perfectly fine situation. I don't think we have anything to worry about here, to be totally honest. Oh my goodness! Except for the fact that I suck at this game tonight. That's definitely a concern. I'm not even super picky about, like, oh, you have to make it to this many streams a week. Basically, all it's going to come down to is, like, you'll only be able to use the voice channels if you're active in stream. That's basically all there is to it. Because I didn't want people joining just to have voice channels to hang out in, and then never show up to streams. So that's the only thing I locked behind some sort of activity. It's probably... When I was setting the Discord up, I was perhaps a little too proactive about making sure to address, like, every possible problem before I launched it. It was mostly that, like, I realized there were so many younger viewers that might be using it that I wanted to have all my ducks in a row. Really, the only term is, like, introduce yourself in a way so that I can change your name so that everybody knows who you are. That's pretty much the only term. And again, that was a rule I made because of a certain somebody that was changing his name on Switch every goddamn week, and I got sick of trying to keep up with who he was. So I was like, we're not doing that on Discord too. Like, I'm not going to let people just change their names every day and let people be completely in the dark about who they're talking to. Finally, that one took an obnoxious amount of time. Like, seriously, the really hard stages took me no time at all compared to how long that one took. Frustrating. I'm still fairly confident that I can finish this tonight. We're in pretty good shape here. While we're on the subject of the Discord, I mean, most of the stuff I've been drawing lately has been for stream layouts, so you guys are already probably going to see them in some way or another. But when I finish stuff like do you guys want me to make a channel on the Discord just for posting stuff I draw? Like, is that something that people want to see? See, it's kind of funny. I loved Donkey Kong Country Returns, and I love this game. I've never played the original trilogy. I honestly wouldn't recommend doing it as a job. It's very much like... I guess it sounds arrogant, but it definitely takes a certain, like, strength of will to be able to do it as a living. It's tough. Though I do think that I'm personally at a point with drawing where, yeah, it's a living, but I don't it doesn't feel like a living. It feels like I'm still doing it because I enjoy it, which is really good. I've been struggling to find that balance for a long time, where it doesn't feel like work, and I think I might finally be close to that, except for the fact that, like, it's not really making a whole lot of money at the moment, but one step at a time. I tried to get into programming a bit a couple years ago. It was something I looked into a bit when my internet was really bad. And I don't know, but part of me feels like I could definitely, like, make a game by myself, like with what I was using to learn programming, which was kind of like not real programming, I guess. It's one of those things with, like, the building blocks where you like interlock the pieces of code together and you're not actually you're not actually really writing it. But I felt like I could have, like, actually made a game, like, on my own with that. I think it basically turned into... I just didn't really have the patience for it. And doing it on my own was, like, doing the programming and the graphics and, like, the actual game design, it was just a little bit too much. It was overwhelming. I'd still like to pursue it one day, but I feel like I need to find, like, a partner in crime for that. And I'm kind of focused at the moment because these stages are rough. I didn't want to do that. I have a feeling that's going to cause a problem. Is Scratch one of those such programs? It was called Stencil is the one I was using. And it was definitely, like, it made me feel capable and empowered, which was cool. Like, I liked the fact that I thought it was really good for, like, prototyping games. I was able to, like, if I had a game idea, I was able to just, like, knock out a game prototype in, like, a night and make, like, a, like, semi-good, like, Mega Man clone. I don't know how much it would work for, like, real game making. I think for somebody like me who was taking the whole thing upon myself, that it got the job done. Like I said, it made me feel like I was actually able to, like, make something and feel good about it, because I was like, wow, I did this. Gen 1er! Have you tried out Pokemon Quest on that note? Since that's only Gen 1 at the moment. And I guess, well, you didn't actually say you're a Gen 1er, but I'm just taking what Raph said as a segue. Alright. I've got to have, what, like 4 stages left by now? I'm so close. Hard mode's getting wrecked. I used to have a copy of Yellow. I don't know what happened to it. Makes me sad that I don't have it anymore. The oldest game I have is Fire Red. I don't have a pink one. I have the translucent purple one. I only have the, I have the Mega Man games on Game Boy, that's it. I think. I might have a few other, like, completely random games hanging out somewhere. I should try and look into doing the second gen Nuzlocke, because I know you guys are really looking forward to that, so I've been kind of dragging my feet on that, but maybe I should just commit to doing that. Sadly, I think the Game Boy Color is the oldest thing I have. I did stupidly get rid of a bunch of my other older gaming stuff. Like I did have an N64 and a Genesis, and I don't still have them, sadly. I had a Game Gear with, like, every single Sonic. Like, I kind of regret getting rid of that. In 64, I had, like, most of the rare games and Smash and shit. I do still have the N64 actually, but I don't have most of the games. I got rid of nearly all of them. I had that stupid phase in like my teenage years where I was like, I let society fool me into thinking that I was like, oh, gaming is just for kids. I'm gonna outgrow this now. It's like, no, that's here to stay. Yeah, unfortunately, like, I was a Sega kid. The first Nintendo console I had, not including the Game Boy, which even then was a Game Boy Pocket, N64 was the first one I had. And it was Banjo-Kazooie that made me get it. Like, I remember seeing that game at like a friend's house and I was like, I need this. I never really cared for GoldenEye. Perfect Dark was great though. Like, I remember specifically that I did not care for GoldenEye, but then like when Perfect Dark came out, I was like, okay, this I actually like. I don't know exactly what it was that I didn't like about it. I do think it like revolutionized shooters on console, so credit where credit's due. It's just, I think part of it is just I'm not a very competitive person, and I never was a very competitive person, so I was never super interested in playing games like that as a kid. But then, like, by the time I was introduced to GoldenEye, I had already been playing Quake and Unreal Tournament on PC. So, like, I was already kind of like, these, like, analog control sucks. Like, and to this day, I can't play shooters on console with analog control. Like, it infuriates me. Like, the only reason I can play Splatoon is because I think the motion controls are, like, pretty close to keyboard and mouse. It's, like, not quite as perfect, but I think it's getting pretty close. I think it is really sad that they remixed this song just to play it for like 10 seconds here. Well, Blue is playing Pokemon Quest. I'm not sure what Raph is doing. I think he's being a nerd. You are asking what the fuck is going on. I am pausing to enjoy this incredible crap, why am I forgetting the name of the of this track that they sadly only play for like this 10 seconds in this game? Sticker Brush Symphony. That's it. I got it. I also think I might let this play for a moment and go get a drink before I keep going. Let's give it another shot first. No, I won it though. Damn it, chat kills. I won it though, because this game's soundtrack is freaking incredible. I kind of forgot how good it was until I sat down to play it again. Because I did play this game when it first came out on Wii U. And, like, for some reason I didn't remember much of it. Like, I remembered enjoying it, but that was about it. And then I decided to pick it back up when it was re-released on Switch, but it is still the Wii U version. And yeah, like, pretty much instantly I was like, oh yeah, this is why I love this game. And yeah, the entire soundtrack is incredible. But I don't even listen to music much anymore. I used to have music on when I was drawing a lot, but now I just watch streams. I mean, I don't know why people are surprised by this soundtrack being awesome. It's like... what'd you expect? I keep forgetting... because there were, like, 2 big rare composers back in the day. And they did get one of them to do this game, and I can't remember which one it is. And I constantly, like, don't want to say it was whoever, because I'm afraid I'm going to get the wrong one. I think it was David Wise, but it might have been the other one. But yeah, as soon as they announced that they got him back to do Tropical Freeze, I was like, well, this soundtrack's gonna kick ass. Blue, isn't Ratscar your Rattata? My Rattata's actually, like, a monster. Like, he's a damn tank. It's ridiculous. I kind of remember... okay, I remember this one kind of sucking, so let's... or no, I think it might have been the other one that sucked. Whatever. Gotta do them all. Let's book it, Dixie. I mean... I have noticed Rattata not pulling his weight in a while. At first, he was doing really, really awesome, but now perhaps not as much. Especially because at this point, like, he's in desperate need of evolving, is kind of the thing. Once he evolves, I think he'll be in good shape again. Raph, Pokemon quiz, when does Rattata evolve? Because I forget. I'm pretty sure I know, but I'm not totally sure. Yeah, all RPGs are kind of rough like that. That's why I don't really... I go through my RPG phases, where for like a month I'll do nothing but play RPGs, but then like otherwise I don't really like touching them just because they're so time consuming. I don't think I can get that O without Cranky. Nailed it. But yeah, I'll certainly only make time for RPGs, like... They have to be a really special RPG for me to make time for them these days. $16 or $28? I think I was wrong on both counts. I thought it was like 22 or something. Well, bummer. I hope it's... Actually, I think my Rattata might be 16 already, so I don't think it's 16. That sucks. Majorly. No, I want the N. Damn it. And I'm dead. Hey, Funk, how's it going? I am almost done with hard mode, finally. I have like 3 stages left. What am I doing? I'm on autopilot watching chat. That's what's going on. Chat kittens. Alright, so it's because I didn't pull this. That's what was happening. There we go. Fixed. Until they do that. I mean, I knew this one was gonna suck, to be fair. And like I was saying earlier, like... Actually, I complain pretty much every stream about... Usually when I get to the end of streams, viewer count just dwindles so much. Which is why I don't raid as much as I'd like to. Because usually by the time I finish a stream, there's only like 1 or 2 people watching. So, I'm not going to now complain that I have, like, a steady 6 people watching for, like, the past hour-ish. It's just, if I suck a little bit more because of it, I think that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Fine. So this was supposed to be a cranky stage. I think that might be why I'm having a little bit of trouble. And why some of these letters are in places where it's like, how the hell am I supposed to get those? But since Dixie's awesome, we're gonna do it anyway. I'm still in the process of deciding what games are going to be played next. I guess I can bring that up again because I brought it up earlier to get some opinions to see what people want to see, and like nobody really answered. I think Raph answered, and that was it. Because I finished... I can jump off of those things? I thought only Cranky could do that. Whatever. So yeah, this week I'm going to finish this, and I finished Mario Galaxy on Monday. So I have to fill both slots. One of those slots is going to go to Donkey Kong Country Returns. Because I haven't had enough yet. So I'm going to play Returns in one of these slots. The other slot is still up for grabs. I have not decided what I'm doing with that one yet. And the options I had that dwindled down to were, I can't remember what my 5th one was. One option is Celeste, which is an indie game it's an indie platformer that you're climbing a mountain. There we go. I've watched a few streamers play it. It has a really great art style. Looks like the gameplay is pretty fun. The soundtrack is amazing. So I kind of picked it up on a whim. Other options are Shantae Half Genie Hero. Oh, that's right. I remembered what the 5th was. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, or Zelda Twilight Princess, or Zelda Skyward Sword. Those are the 5 things I'm considering at the moment. I'm still kind of considering a Pokemon playthrough as well, because I know that people want to see that. I'm just kind of hesitant on that because I have to, capturing it is just going to be a nightmare, and I'm not totally sure about how I'm going to do it. So that's kind of why I'm dragging my feet on that one. And then the 3rd game slot, I aim to play 3 games at a time and then alternate them throughout the week. The 3rd game slot is still going to be Mega Man Legacy Collection for the foreseeable future. Rickety Rafters. I have heard a bit of Zelda seems to be a popular option, and that's another goal I've had is if I'm gonna have 3 different games playing at any given time, one of them should be a longer playthrough, whereas the other ones can be shorter ones. So I am leaning towards a longer option like Zelda or Mario and Luigi. Skyward Sword sounds like a pretty solid option too, because I've been watching a streamer play Twilight Princess, so maybe I don't necessarily want to jump straight into that. That was a really dumb death. Skyward Sword is interesting too. I have a love-hate relationship with Skyward Sword. I don't think it's as bad as other people think it is, but the reasons they think it's bad, I totally agree with, if that makes sense. I do think it's a pretty flawed game, but I don't think it's awful. It just talks at you too much. Dixie for the win. Meanwhile, Twilight Princess I absolutely adore. That's my favorite by far. I wouldn't say it's gross. A lot of people really love Zelda. It's not that unusual. The only thing I kind of find gross, and even then, not really, a lot of people are, completely head over heels in love with Breath of the Wild. And I'm not, and sometimes it kind of bothers me when people are it's the best game ever made, because it's I don't really agree with that. I think it's a good game, but it's not even in my top 5, so... But otherwise, no, a lot of people love Zelda, so... Yeah, I don't think that's weird at all. 300 hours on Breath of the Wild. Honestly, that's pretty light. I've heard of people that have way more than that. I'd say 300 hours is, like, pretty average, actually. Especially if you share the Switch and you're not the only one that plays it, then 300 hours is, like, not surprising at all. Yeah, like, as a streamer, it gets a little bit easier. I have almost 300 hours in Splatoon 2, but, like, 200 of those were on streams, so that's, like, not that weird, I feel. I've seen people that have Splatoon hours in the thousands, and I'm like, how on earth do you, like, literally not do anything else? Because you might want to address the whole, like, no sleep and no food thing before you die. Oh, okay. Thank God that wasn't, like, tossing me into a pit. I love how I can skip some of these platforming sections because Dixie's just that good. Oh, that was dumb. I will say, if you have any plans of streaming Splatoon, do not fall victim to the peer pressure of do private matches. Because you will waste a lot of time and you probably won't ever get better. Because a lot of people, a lot of viewers demand private matches because, for two reasons. One is because they think it's going to ensure that they'll actually be able to get into the match, which isn't always true. And they also want a controlled environment where they can show off on stream in front of people. They think if they join a private match, they don't stand a chance of getting into a public match with somebody who's, like, Prestige 15. Acknowledging the fact that Prestiges don't go that high in Splatoon, by the way, that's the joke. But if, like, they don't want to show off in Turf War because then they might run into a player like that that's going to put them in their place, and then they're not going to look good. So in my experience, that's why people ask for private matches. It's either that they want to show off, or they think that means that they will absolutely guarantee to get into the match. But otherwise, in private matches, you don't get any experience, you don't get any gold, you don't get any rank if you're playing a ranked mode. And why all of this matters is because your weapon unlocks are tied to leveling up. So you'll never get more weapons if you're not leveling up and getting the money to buy them at that. I've seen other streamers do, like, way too many private matches, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're level 14, over half of the guns in the game are still locked behind level, and you're wasting your time in private matches. Like, why would you? Whoa, that's really tight. I was gonna say, can I get back up there? That might be a problem. There we go. But Splatoon is also just like, you have to question what kind of streamer you want to be, really. Splatoon worked for me when I first started, because that's what actually was that's what pulled people in enough that made me say, okay, I guess I'm a streamer now. On the other hand, I'm not a competitive person, and I don't really like hyper-competitive environments, so eventually it reached a point where I was like, I feel like Splatoon isn't a great option for me, because that's going to attract people who want that competition, and that's not what I want. Now, if as a streamer you're cool with that competition, then hey, super. But if you're not super into that competition, then it might not be a game you want to stream very often. Also, never, ever stream Fortnite unless you are willing to be a Fortnite streamer. Because if you stream Fortnite even once, you will forever have viewers coming in begging you to play every single night. Like, it never stops. So, don't even give it a shot unless you are unless you know that's a game you want to play. And that's not even anything against Fortnite, that's more so against the Fortnite community. They can be very obsessive about that, and they'll be very like, why are you playing this game instead of playing Fortnite? Which is, like, God's gift to gamers. Like, they're kind of delusional. But then, part of me questions if it might be kind of trolly. Like, if they don't really believe that, and they're just being... They're doing it because they're like, oh, haha, because Fortnite players are like that. It's like, it's hard to say. Oh, shit. Bananas. Queens. More bananas. Yeah, again, it's very much a, are you a hyper-competitive person? If you're not a hyper-competitive person, you're probably not going to like Fortnite at all. From what I've seen, I think... That was an intentional death, by the way, because I missed that freaking N. From what I've seen of Fortnite, I think it's a good game. I think the developers are doing a good job with it. They're treating their community very well. They're addressing problems with the game in a timely manner. They're basically doing everything that PUBG isn't doing. So, like, I give them props. But it is not my type of game at all. And I was holding down. I don't know why she didn't crouch. But yeah, you have to be the type of player who likes being thrown into a situation like that with 99 other players, with the sole purpose of proving that you're the best out of all of them. If you don't really give a shit about proving that you're awesome, then it's not the game for you. You're not gonna have fun with it. I could see it being fun playing it with, like, a group of friends. That I could probably find pretty enjoyable. But even then, in moderation. I wonder if I even still have that game installed. I did install it and played like 2 matches, and I didn't care for it. I think I left it installed because, like, the co-op game, like, you know, actual Fortnite and not Fortnite Battle Royale, which is something a lot of people probably don't realize, is that the Battle Royale that is, like, on the market right now is not what Fortnite is. That was something they just cooked up really quick because they saw an opportunity. Actual Fortnite is, like, a cooperative, like, survival game. And I was like, that I might enjoy. That might be worth checking out. But that's, like, in early access, and you can only play it by buying your way in. Ah, damn it. No problem, Jamie. I think we're going to be wrapping up here soonish anyway. I will encourage everyone to hang out until the end, because we'll probably raid someone. This is like my last level, so we're almost done here. But if you have to go, that's fine too. Yeah, I'll probably go to... It's either going to be Chadley or Jesse. I think they're both playing Mario Maker, so that could go either way. I just raided Chadley a few nights ago, so it might be Jesse. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, what was I thinking? I lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, I did play TF2 for like an unhealthy amount of time. But that game got like really boring to me after a while. Like, I can't play it anymore. It's very much like, what's the point? Oh, I wanted to end it on the smash. I don't even remember who I played in TF2. I don't think I really had a go-to. Engineer was fun, Heavy was fun, I played Medic for a while. I think I played Pyro for a bit too. Achieved 200%. Hard mode? That wasn't so hard. Nice. Guess I should have, like, screenshotted that or something. So yeah, that's... Or no, that's not what I wanted. More images unlocked. Concept art. Secret Moon World? Why was that not a thing? There's Dixie's bubblegum gun. Huh, there's a boss they never used, I guess. Neat. Unused stuff. Blue, we're gonna have to have a talk, you and I, about your distaste for pepperoni. Ballin', you too? And I ended with 99 lives. How did I manage that? Whatever. So yeah, that's Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, ladies and gentlemen. That was not only the main game, but that was also all the puzzle pieces. That was all of hard mode, which puzzle pieces actually do not count towards 200%. If anyone's curious about that, I didn't know that until recently. As you can see, there's my save file on the left there is from when the game first came out. And yeah, I guess stay tuned to see what's next, because I'm actually off tomorrow. And yeah, tomorrow's definitely gonna be off. Friday night, I think I might do a Mario Tennis night on Friday, since they have the free tournament weekend. And that'll probably be Saturday too. And then I think Sunday is off, and I don't know what my schedule is next week. For those of you that are on the Discord, I keep my schedule updated there. So you'll probably be the first to know as soon as I decide what games are decided on being played next. I know one of the games is definitely going to be Donkey Kong Country Returns. I'm just not sure about the other one. And yeah. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Okay. Alright, for those of you that have been here before, you know the drill. We are gonna go raid someone. So you just drop in and drop a hashtag Nintagious raid and let them know where you came from. We are going over to Jesse Mercury again. He is playing Mario Maker tonight. He actually did a level creation competition on his Discord, and he's going through those stages tonight. So that's pretty cool. So I'll see you guys over there, and then like I said, tomorrow's off, so I'll probably see you guys Friday night. Will be next. So yeah, until then.